Testing. Okay, we're here again. Another Logic Pro session. This time, got some new gear in the studio. Happy to say that we got the Microbrute UFO here by Arturia. It's right behind the mic. It's right where the old synth controller used to be. Uh, that's my Behringer X22 Xenix mixer and interface. Underneath that is the Modal Electronics Argon 8, which is really a nice thing. It's a nice thing. Sounds great. Hold on, play with these levels here a little bit. That means I'm going to have to turn this up a little bit. Turn everything up a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. And it just so happens that I found a really good patch to start this track off with on the Argon 8. It's a digital wavetable synth, pretty expensive, not super expensive, just shy of $700. But I watched the YouTube videos on it, and it's fantastic. And it fits my rack perfectly, so we're going to get started here. Okay, that's kind of what my idea was, so let's make it happen. So what we want to do is copy that here because we're going to do some automation. Oops. Like I said, we started just around 4:30. We'll see how long this takes. It might take a little longer than usual since I'm using outboard gear this time, which might take a little while to get some actual results here. We're going to call this Argon. We're going to record that right in there. Might as well go ahead and do 2 full measures of it. No reason not to. I don't think we even need to do a practice run through. Let's just go ahead and get it popping. Because I'm just going to play with the ADSR as it goes. Did anything get recorded? That's the question. Yes, but it was very low in volume, very low. I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to make some changes here. Level adjustments. That's way not loud enough. So let's turn the headphones down. Let's turn this up. Don't really want to do that. Let's just turn up the synth. That's up all the way. Maybe I just need to normalize it. Let's get some higher gains on all these, though. I don't want to distort my signal. What the hell happened? Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Okay. Might be a little bit longer of a session. You have to got some little quirks and hiccups here with this. We want the levels to be nice, right? That's the synth. That should be better. A little bit better anyway. I got some effects I can play with too, but let's... I feel like that needs to be faster. Oh, you know what's going on here? see if I get a better level now. That's better. That's better. Okay, we're gonna still, we need to go ahead and put some gain on that because it's very low in volume. Nice. That should be about right. Right about there. Glad Logic finally got the, and I'm gonna go ahead and mute the original MIDI because that's probably all I'm gonna do with that part. And that's a $700 synth, people. Doesn't sound like it yet, but believe me, I saw the YouTube videos on that thing. It's pretty marvelous. It can get pretty deep and very mystical sounding. Very much so. Pretty cool, right? So what we want to do, I don't think I want to start naked like that. Maybe a little bit. We need to kick in some drums, honestly, or maybe we can kick in some. Let's go ahead and turn that record off. What was another good place to start? That's one hardware synth. Let's get into some other things here. Voices. Let's crank up the old Arturia stuff. It needs more melody to give it harmonics and harmony. Oh, wow. Why won't this sucker open? There we go. Okay, so I can turn the, mute that sucker. You don't need to turn anything down. Mute buttons come in very handy. That sounds good to me. Let's just go ahead and record it. I like that, bro. I like that. I really feel that that's going to be a really solid tune. Let's go here. I got a guitar over there that I plan on implementing, so get ready for that. That needs a little reverb. Just a little bit. I like that. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with that. Kick some bass in. And I forgot it that quick. Funny how that happens. Maybe I'll remember it this time. Nope, that wasn't it either. We'll nail it one of these times. As you can tell, that micro's a tad bit noisy. You can hear the noise in it. But it's an analog synth. What do you want? It's fat. Okay, we're gonna record that. This is gonna be the microbrew. It feels so good to have some actual synth power in this studio, I tell you. Real good. Ooh, that's marvelous. Beautiful. That was beautiful. That was amazing. I think we can mute the old microbrew now with its noisy ass. Go to the gain tool and turn that sucker up pretty loud. And we can mute that. The analog filter and the analog oscillators make all the difference in the world. Let's see, let's go back to this argon and give it a little bit more. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to find something that works. Go ahead and take the volume up a little bit. Feeling that. Oh, you messed up, buddy. You really messed up there. Because I already know what happened. You taped over your Even though I unclick the record button, it's still recorded on there, and that sucks. But there's nothing wrong with undoing that stuff. It's time for a kick drum after this. Why is my feedback? What's the feedback about? I could either start with hi-hats or a kick drum. I think it'd be more dramatic either way. It just depends on what you're feeling like, right? Let's go for a kick drum. Let's go for a kick drum. Why procrastinate? Let's get it banging. Why in the world is that happening? I got the micro group muted. Do I have the micro group muted? Yes, I do have the micro. So something's bleeding through here. What's bleeding through here? That's actually not a bad idea. Jesus, what's going on here? Okay, we gotta turn the mic down. It's a good vibe. Certainly a good vibe. So I think we found something else we could do here. We don't have to use the mini root for that though. For a lead, it's muted. Why am I still hearing it? It's muted, bro. Guess the mute ain't gonna work. gonna go with my original plan and drop a kick drum there. Nice little top kick. I like the top kick. I like the top kick. Let's just do a top kick. I like the top kick. We'll add a sub later. For now, we're going to do a top kick. Oh, well, yeah, I like it. Okay, I know why I was still hearing the microbrute when it was muted. I had the effects send on the microbrute. This mixer has an effects processor built in. You were hearing the affected signal. So now that it's muted, you don't hear it. But that gave me an idea. I like that. That was my phone. Signal's actually overloading. Hopefully we still get a level in the phone. There's no mistaking that analog sound with that modular, that microbrute. We got a signal. We're kicking ass. We're just gonna do something really quick. I love that. I love that. Session's going a little bit slower than normal because I got these outboard synthesizers that I normally would not be using, but we're going to make use of these things, man. It's important. We're probably going to go ahead and drop a nice kick drum in here now. We got the top kick working. We're going to drop a nice sub kick in there. However, I like that solo. I'm going to do one more. I'm not even going to rehearse. I'm just going to play something. We're gonna add a stomp box on that. My favorite stomp box. We're gonna go ahead and add the Roswell ringer. We're gonna modulate that and automate that. That's beautiful. You gotta say. That's beautiful. Now I'm gonna drop the kick in. Sub kick is going to be the punch box. Need a nice kick drum. I'm just going to record it and find the sound later. That's not the sound, but we're going to flip through the presets and find the right sound. No problem. something's going wrong here. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That sounds about right. We can either go snares, claps, or hi-hats. Doesn't matter which you introduce first. Sometimes it's good just to put a nice little snare on there, you know? Sometimes, I mean, that really is kind of exhilarating. Add a nice little snare on there. That's it. That was weird. Ah. I like it. We'll do some hi-hats next, some percussion elements, possibly. Let's open a sampler. The analog sound of the Microbrute and obviously the Model D, and I mean, come on, man, it's a whole nother level of awesome. You can't get that in the box. I don't care what you do or what you think you're working with. You know, I almost bought another analog synth today, the Dreadbox Earbooks or the Dreadbox Hades. I found out they're not USB MIDI though. You need an actual MIDI cable, or I'd have that in the studio right now because I got analog fever right now. Something that simple, really cool. I love it. Add a little bit of that. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. It was an honest mistake. You want to do that on this channel. That's what I wanted to do. I said I was going to put a guitar on this. It doesn't seem like it's going to go, but let's do it. Let's add some more melodies and harmonics and harmonies and things of that nature. Before we get into guitar, let's. Record that. That's the Arturia Juno 6V. I love it. Thank you, Jesus. It's time to do a different bass line. This one still sounds good. I would say let's bring the Model D in. We're gonna get the Model D on the case. Oh. I don't even like rehearsing. I just want to play whatever I feel. I love it. Let's go ahead and record that. Okay, I think we did a good job on that. That was nice. Go ahead, mute the Model D. Let's go give it a gain, some serious gain. There's a little latency on that. I had to delay it. Model D has entered the building. The difference between analog and digital is night and day. It's not the least bit subtle. We need to add something else interesting, maybe some ARPs or something interesting. So I've used all three of my hardware synths. Something to make it just sound really, just take it to the next level. I think this can do it. I'm gonna open the Jupiter 8000. I like that. Sounds like trance. Sounds good though. Let's add it. I like it. Now it's tech trance. It's tech trance. You know, tech trance is a thing. I love this. Good track. It's almost over too. 3 minutes in, basically over. I used all three of my new synthesizers. That's a happy ending. I just popped a compressor on the master bus, so bear with me. It's a dirty one. That's not gonna work. This is a terrible compressor. I paid good money for this thing and it sucks. Oh, it's terrible. God, it's awful. Can I get my money back on that? Plug in the lines. I'm gonna jump on the drum bus with a nice EQ. We're gonna go with Stillwell Vibe EQ. Make this thing wake up and come to life. I like it so far. Track is basically over, man. Exactly 1 hour in, and the track is finished. I thought it would take longer because I got outboard gear that I'm learning how to use. I want to use one of these synthesizers one more time. Let's get some weird sounds in here. Well, I like what's happening here. I want that modulation. I want the modulation wheel in there. How the hell can I get that in there? Shit. I tried to record it, it didn't record. Add some more modulation with the shaper box. We're gonna end up with something different, a little different. Let's get some snare rolls on this sucker. Claps, snare, or something. Yeah, it's definitely sound like trance. I like it though. Sounds lit. It turned into total trance, and I love it. That's fucking lit. What's this? I'm going to go ahead and get on the Argon 8, even though I'm tempted to do an analog baseline. I want to see what that thing has to offer. I mean, I paid a lot of money for that thing, right? See what it's talking about again. Filter that. Come on, man. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's the Argon 8, and we're going to record that because that sounds really good. So we got 2 Argon 8 tracks on here. That sounds pretty cool. So let's go ahead and record it. Sounds pretty great. We'll go ahead and mute that. I like the synth. There's better sounds in this thing though, much better sounds, because I watched the YouTube videos and this thing is incredible. Some swing to all these little sounds here, because where are my hi-hats doing? They're right here. Let's add some swing to that. And swing that sucker out. I still need to add a final bass line. I was going to add some guitar. I forgot. But now I got to pee. It's too late. I can add that in post-production. I want another art bass. That's not gonna work. Maybe if I turn it That might work. That'll work. Ah, shit. Recorded over my damn fucking shit. I hate that. I definitely unclicked it. Unclick. Logic is horrible with that shit. So easy to tape over your parts. That's still our base. Got to sidechain that. I like it. I feel like it needs a really loud clap. Like a really loud clap. That'll work. What do you want? I'm not Armin van Buuren or anything. It's pretty much the end of the track, people. Well, it's been an hour and a half almost. It took a little bit longer because I got hardware now. Got a lot more things to play around with, so it took a little more time. That's the end of it, people. 5-minute track. We're gonna get this on the speakers. Yeah, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. This track is called Access Denied. We're gonna go ahead and shut that down. I had a wonderful time, man. I used all three of my new synthesizers. I used the Model D, I used the Microbrute, and I used the Argon 8 twice. Now that Argon 8, we haven't really peeled back what's under the hood of that thing, because that thing is amazing. It's got some presets, but I saw some guy on YouTube just working wonders with it. And we're going to get there. We just really scratched the surface of what that thing's all about. We're going to get there, but we have a nice little tune here. Like I said, I'm going to shut this down, get it on the speakers a little bit later. Maybe I'll play some video games for a while, stream some video games. We'll back this up. We'll get on the speakers tomorrow. That's the end of the stream, people. Hope you had a good time. It's not a stream, it's a pre-recorded set. I didn't stream it because I can't stream it. I recorded it into my phone and I uploaded it to YouTube. That's what it is. Kind of like a stream, not really.